So I've been I've been putting with these putters. I don't really throw them. Some of them you throw. I'm not a big thrower of putters, but I'll get into that later. So for their putters lineup, they have the Ponderosa. So the Ponderosa is their understable putter. It's very understable, even for putting. I found that whenever I was putting outside of like really uncomfortable distances where you feel you need to put a lot of power behind it, I found that I would tend to overthrow or over putt the basket sometimes. It just tend to want to turn over on me a little bit. So it's very understable even when putting. But that's just my putting style. I have kind of a push putt, kind of a Ricky Wysocki style putting, only I don't make as many putts. But we won't talk about that. But yeah, the Ponderosa is just super glidey. If you just trust what it's gonna do and you just put it in the air and let it do its thing, it's gonna go right into the basket. This plastic is just super grippy. It's very friendly to the basket. You don't have these really bad spit outs with it. It just kind of, there are several times where I just hit the top of the band and it just jumped right in. It just fell right into the basket. So it's very forgiving. It's just nice and understable and straight for you if that's what you need. Definitely try this out. AGL Ponderosa, super good disc. Woodland plastic, very grippy. To my favorite one of them all, the Madrone. The Madrone is so good. It feels so good in the hand. It's so perfect. It's got this very tiny bead on the bottom, which you don't even really notice until you run your fingers across it. It's got this perfect amount of glide and speed. It's still very straight. It's more straight than for me than the Ponderosa is, because the Ponderosa has a tendency to want to carry a little bit to the right, even when putting from long distances, which is, I practice from long distances and short distances, and this one has more of a tendency to stay more straight and a little more forgiving in the wind. But it's a 3301, so it's kind of right there on that perfect middle that I like. This disc is probably the most comfortable putter I've ever felt in my hand. This disc is just perfect for me. It's exactly what I've wanted in a putter. Everybody's always told me, oh, one day you'll find a putter that's gonna be just perfect for you. You'll find it and you'll fall in love and you'll make putts left and right, or whatever it is they say. So this is that putter. It's so perfect for me. It's so comfortable. I have the option of a little bit of give in the flight plate, depending on what plastic you get. This is the hemp blend, so it's got a little more give in the flight plate. You can go to a stiffer version, which is doesn't have the hemp blend in it. Both of these are the woodland plastic. This one has the hemp blend, this one doesn't. So this one's got a little more stiffness to it, which I usually like, which I like in certain situations. It gets hot around here, so sometimes the plastic gets a little flimsy, and I don't like flimsy plastic that much. So I wanted a little more stiffness, and this has got that. So whenever I'm not feeling comfortable with the flimsiness of this, it's perfect. I was fighting really hard to decide whether I wanted the hemp blend or I wanted just the regular woodland blend stiff. This has got a little more grip to it. It's just a little more tacky. Especially when it's rainy, which a lot of times it was when I was practicing with these. For some reason, the gods don't like me, so it keeps raining every time I practice. So I made more putts with this one because of that. It's just got that slight little bit more grip that just gives you that little bit of advantage. So yeah, the Madrone, the perfect putter for me. Thanks to Andrew. Thank you so much. He actually hooked me up with 2 hemp blend Madrones in green. Everybody knows I love green. Thank you, Andrew, so much. It was a blast playing with you, dude. Such a good dude. Great forehand player. Next up, the Manzanita. All right, the Manzanita is a 3302, so it's a little bit more overstable than the Madrone. but it's a good putting putter as well. It's just more for, I had a friend of mine putt these and he compared it to a Luna as far as the, he's kind of a spin putter. Very good putter. Derek Meistis, very good disc golfer too. Dude's very good. But he compared it to kind of like a Luna. And I was surprised to hear that. I was like, I didn't really know. I've putted with a Luna before, and it was okay. The Lunas that they make now, I don't really like the grip on them. I liked the ones that had that rubbery texture to it because they were nice and grippy. But I didn't want to fall in love with them because they're hard to come across. But the ones they make now, I don't like. So for this, if you're a spin putter, you need that extra bit of stability behind your putter. This is definitely going to work for you. It's very similar to the Madrone, except for that little bit of slope that the Manzanita has. It slopes down, obviously, because it's got to be able to fight through the wind a little bit better than the Madrone. But overall, they feel almost the same in the hand. It's got that same little line that goes around the edge. It's like right there, it's perfect for forehands because like literally my thumb goes right there when I throw forehand putters, like right there on that edge, and it just fits perfectly to my hand. If it's a little bit of a headwind and I want the Madrone and I'm inside the circle, that's where I kind of feel comfortable with the Madrone. I'll definitely pull this out and I will putt with this before the Madrone because it feels the same, but it's not. It's a little more overstable, and I use it a lot for close up shots. Anything inside of 100 feet that I just need to get the upshot, I could throw it on a hyzer. It's just gonna dive right down. I could throw it really on a spike hyzer and it'll do the same thing pretty well. Or I can get it to go kind of straight, turn it over a little bit, maybe it'll finish still. Overall, the Manzanita is just like the Madrone, just more overstable. Got a Team AGL stamp. Wink, wink. What I gotta do to be on the team there, AGL? You send me a disc, does that mean I'm on, is this focusing at all? I bet it's not, I bet I'm ruining it. Come on, Canon. Anyway, next we're gonna move on to the weirdest disc I've ever felt in my hand, but also one of my all-time favorites. This weird ass looking thing called, I don't know how it's pronounced. I had to Google how to pronounce it. It's Baobab. Baobab. It's like an African tree or something like that. But I call it Bob just because Bob is easier. It's Bob. He responds to Bob. But Bob, holy cow, is Bob overstable. But he's so freaking useful, it's insane. In the woods here on the east, I just think this is awesome. Like, I love like one of those really overstable discs. I throw a flick in my bag, which is a Discraft disc, which is super, anybody knows what a flick is, it's just weird. Like, you throw it like this and then it'll come out like this. This is like the Speed 4 version of that. It's so weird looking, but it's so awesome. It just fits a forehand so perfectly for me. So don't judge this book by its cover. This Baobab looks weird and it sounds weird, which I think is just a brilliant bit of symmetry for what it is. So it looks weird, sounds weird, but it is awesome. You know, there have been some weirdly named discs, some odd discs that have been made in the days. Innova had a, what was that disc called? The Groove. The Groove. Because it had a groove on the bottom? Who designed that? What did the boardroom meeting look like whenever they came up with that? The end of a groove. All right, Johnson, what is this new disc that you are proposing to me? All right, sir, it's called the Groove because the rim, it has on the bottom of it's got this it's called a groove on the bottom, and it goes all the way around because it's a groove thing. Are you high, Johnson? No, sir, not at all. No. It's called the Groove. Why did you name it the Groove? Like I said, sir, it's got on the bottom of the rim, it's got this, it's called, I know what it's called, Johnson. Why the hell would you name a disc the Groove? Just because it has a groove doesn't mean it needs to be called the Groove. Why don't we rename it? Well, it's because it's already in production, sir. But it's out. It's already out. Get the hell out of my office. In fact, I love this disc so much, and this one has hit so many trees. I'm hoping to continue to hit more trees with this. Not really, but I will. That I actually ordered a new one because I want this one to be the beat-in one, and I want to have one that's brand new that maintains that stability. So I ordered a new one. By the way, thanks to Ava for the beautiful artwork. For $2, you can get some amazing artwork from the lovely Ava J. Thanks, Ava. I'm keeping this, by the way. So, ordered this pretty new thing right here. 175 weight, super heavy. Double stamp. I don't know if it'll show that. Can you see it? Come on, Cam, focus. I believe in you. Are you doing it? Okay, whatever. So yeah, a new one, nice and overstable. This one will be my beat up one. Also, thanks for the little acorns. I love these little things. These are awesome. Nice green with the specks in it. Black and yellow. Shouldn't lose these, as though I've never lost anything ever. Love the little acorns, minis. Baobab seed. I wonder if I can plant one of these around here. I'm gonna get up with Tate on that. Mr. Tate, hit me up. We got some trees to plant. I got a boatload of AGL seeds. We gotta plant some trees around here. But yeah, I love the Baobab. It's just insanely overstable. So much fun to throw. So if you're interested in AGL discs, go to their website, agldisc.com. Big thanks to Josh and the AGL family, Ava for the beautiful artwork, Andrew, thank you for hooking me up with the discs. There are other discs they hooked me up with. You'll see that in the next video, where I'll be hitting more trees